Hey, welcome to our channel, Former Times. Today's video, the rise and fall of the Byzantine Empire. A 1,000-year empire, a bridge between East and West. A legacy that shaped the world. The Byzantine Empire, the eastern half of the Roman Empire, stood as a beacon of civilization, while the Western Roman Empire crumbled into the Dark Ages. It endured war, betrayal, and religious strife. But in the end, even Byzantium could not escape its fate. This is the epic rise and tragic fall of the Byzantine Empire. The birth of Byzantium, Rome's eastern phoenix, 330 A.D. The story of Byzantium begins with the collapse of Rome. By the late 3rd century, the once mighty Roman Empire was falling. Apart, barbarian invasions, political corruption, and economic crisis had left the western half weak and vulnerable. But in the east, Rome had a chance to survive. In 330 A.D., Emperor Constantine the Great made a fateful decision. He moved the best imperial capital from Rome to the ancient Greek city of Byzantium, renaming it Constantinople. This was no ordinary city. Positioned at the crossroads of Europe and Asia, it became the richest, most powerful metropolis in the world, the beating heart of what would become the Byzantine Empire. The age of Justinian, Byzantium's golden era, 527-565 A.D. The Byzantine Empire reached its peak under one man, Emperor Justinian Thermidor. From 527 to 565 A.D., Justinian dreamed of restoring Rome's former glory. His legendary general Belisarius led daring conquests, reclaiming lands in Italy, North Africa, and Spain. But Justinian was more than a conqueror. His greatest legacy was the Justinian Code, a legal system that would influence laws for centuries. And then there was his masterpiece, the Hagia Sophia, a cathedral so grand that its beauty left visitors speechless. Even today, it stands as one of the greatest architectural wonders of all time. But this golden age came at a cost. Justinian's wars drained the empire's resources. Then came the plague of Justinian, a deadly pandemic that killed millions. Byzantium had reached incredible heights, but its strength was already beginning to fade. Religious struggles and the East-West Schism, 8th-11th century. The Byzantine Empire was not just a political superpower, it was also the center of Christianity. But religion would become one of its greatest sources of conflict. In the 8th century, the empire was torn apart by iconoclasm, a battle over religious icons. Some emperors wanted to destroy them, believing they led to idolatry. Others saw them as sacred symbols of faith. This division weakened Byzantium. But worse was yet to come. For centuries, tensions grew between the Byzantine Orthodox Church in the east and the Roman Catholic Church in the west. In 1054 A.D., a final break occurred, the Great Schism, separating Christianity into two branches, the Roman Catholic Church and the Eastern Orthodox Church. This rift would have devastating consequences when Byzantium needed the West's help the most. The rise of enemies, Arab invasions, Seljuk Turks, and the Crusades. Byzantium's golden age could not last forever. In the 7th century, a new threat emerged: the Arab caliphates. Muslim armies conquered vast territories, taking Syria, Egypt, and North Africa from Byzantine control. Though Constantinople withstood Arab sieges, the empire had lost some of its most important provinces. Then came the Seljuk Turks. In 1071, the Byzantine army suffered a catastrophic defeat at the Battle of Manzikert, losing much of Anatolia. This was a turning point. Byzantium, once a mighty empire, was now on the defensive. Desperate for help, the Byzantines called on the Catholic West, leading to the launch of the Crusades. But instead of saving Byzantium, the Crusaders became its worst enemy. The Fourth Crusade, the fall of Constantinople, 1204 A.D. In 1204, betrayal struck Byzantium. The Fourth Crusade, originally intended to reclaim Jerusalem, turned against Constantinople itself. Western Crusaders, driven by greed and politics, stormed the city. What followed was one of history's most brutal sackings. Churches were looted, palaces burned, and treasures stolen. For the first time in nearly 900 years, Constantinople fell. But not to its Muslim enemies, to fellow Christians. The empire was broken, divided into weak successor states, and never fully recovered from this disaster. The final days, the fall of Constantinople, 1453 A.D. By the 15th century, Byzantium was a shadow of its former self. Constantinople was all that remained, surrounded by the mighty Ottoman Empire. In 1453, Sultan Mehmed II, known as the Conqueror, launched the final assault. With massive cannons and an overwhelming army, the Ottomans breached the walls after a brutal 53-day siege. On May 29, 1453, Constantinople fell. The last Byzantine emperor, Constantine the Great, died in battle, fighting until the end. The city was renamed Istanbul, becoming the new capital of the Ottoman Empire. Epilogue: the legacy of Byzantium. The Byzantine Empire may have fallen, but its legacy lives on. Its legal codes shaped modern governments. Its art influenced Christianity for centuries, and its scholars, fleeing to the West, helped spark the Renaissance, reviving classical knowledge lost in the Dark Ages. Byzantium was more than just a medieval empire. It was a civilization that bridged the ancient and modern worlds. 1,000 years of power, 1,000 years of struggle. The Byzantine Empire endured the fall of Rome, the rise of Islam, and betrayal by the West. But in the end, even the greatest empires must fall. What do you think? Could Byzantium have been saved? Let us know in the comments below. If you like our content, like and subscribe for more epic history content. Turn on notifications so you never miss an upload.